Hi there, welcome to this video where we'll explore how to create slicers and have them put on the dashboard. So we have created a new sheet here called dashboard, and using simple formatting, I've created a fill color and a border. Also added some labels here with which we can add a little more value to our dashboard. So basically I want to find out the total loans that have been dispersed, how much percentage of it is good loan and bad loan, and I also want to list down the top 3 customers as well as records based on home ownership. So if you have been following the previous videos, we have been using the same data set. This is past data of loan customers of 2019. So we're going to be using this data set for creating a dashboard. Perfect. So the first thing that we want to do is create a slicer as we had seen in the previous introductory video. So the first thing that we need to do is to create a pivot. So let me go into my raw data, which is already a table, and I'll go and insert a pivot table from here. There you go. So the table is called loans. Let me click on that. Perfect. So for my slicer, I want the months to show up. So I'll just click on issue date, drag it to rows. Perfect. So I already see the months. And then I can drag in the customer ID to the values, which shows me the total count of customers by month. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I can use this to create a slicer. So how do I go about doing that? So I can click on the insert tab here, and there's an option to create slicers. Okay, so there's a slicer as well as a timeline. So for now, we'll just select the slicer here. So when I click the slicer, it basically asks me which particular field do you want for the slicer. But our requirement is very clear here. We want the issue date. So I'll select issue date and click OK. Perfect. So depending on what label is shown here, it will reflect the same label on the slicer as well. So if you are having quarters showing up, it will show the quarter. If you're showing days, it will show the days, and so on and so forth. So you just need to take care of that. So make sure when you're going into the groups under your pivot table, you select the most appropriate one that you need on your slicer. So if it is data across multiple years, maybe you want years to show up on your slicer. So you can decide based on your requirement. So we have what we need. So I'm going to cut it from here and paste it onto our dashboard. That's the first thing that we will do. Perfect. So I got it on my dashboard. That's great. So it'll work. But the only thing is it's not laid out in the way that I want. So probably I want it laid out horizontally like this. Perfect. Also change the height, position. Okay, perfect. So that's how I would want it. But then in the same line, I would want to see all the months from Jan to December. So when you click on the slicer, there is a slicer tab that shows up over here, which can guide you through. So apart from the basic styling options that are available on the right-hand side, you have something called as columns, which is an editable value. So by default, it shows it as a single column, which is right. So you can go and change this to 12. Since we know it's 12 months of the year that we want to show, change it to 12. Perfect. That's exactly how we wanted it. And we have created our slicer. Okay. So now as we add more components onto our dashboard, we will be able to select values from our slicer and then see the corresponding values change across our dashboard. So we'll explore the next aspects in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.